Hi, my name's Mark. I'm one of the pastors here at Trillium. I know a woman who's started to go to a parent support group called APSCO, the Association of Parent Support Groups of Ontario. She's gone there because she has one of her children who's become out of control, really. And he's doing all these difficult things with his life, and they're self-destructive, and she doesn't know what to do about it. And she's come to the end of the line, and she's gone to APSCO to get coaching on how to be a better parent, a different parent. And APSCO's philosophy is very interesting. It begins with this recognition that the only person you can control is yourself. So we are to continually evaluate our parenting method. It says, we undertake to change those aspects of our parenting methods which are unhelpful. And then a little later down it says, we allow our children, our sons and daughters, to experience the natural consequences of their choices and actions. Kind of letting go, letting life unfold for them. Because so often parents intervene and don't allow their children to experience the natural consequences of their choices and actions, and it causes real detrimental harm to them. Because that's where learning occurs in life. That's where real learning happens. I met a guy recently who was telling me that for his post-secondary education, he went to the School of Hard Knocks. He had a big smile on his face when he was saying it, but he went to the School of Hard Knocks. He didn't go to Conestoga, he didn't go to Wilfrid Laurier, he didn't go to the University of Toronto, he went to the School of Hard Knocks. And in truth, that's where most of the real learning in life takes place, in the School of Hard Knocks. That's where you and I learn what life is really about. And the School of Hard Knocks is often a place where we fall down and we fail and we crash and then we try to get ourselves back up again on our feet. And I think that's why people are so scared of going to the School of Hard Knocks. And they're so afraid of letting themselves fall down because they're not sure they can get up again or there's going to be anybody there to help them up. Jesus said to the disciples in the Gospel of John, if you love me, keep my commandments. And in the Gospel of John, there's really only one commandment that Jesus gives to the disciples. He says, you are to love one another as I have loved you. This is how the world will know that you're my disciples, if you have love for one another. And Jesus is talking about this agape love, perfect love. And it's often only in the community of perfect love that we're most willing to take a hard look at ourselves and to reevaluate how we're using our gifts and skills in life and how we're going about in our approaches in parenting or other aspects of life. It's only when we're rooted in love that we're really willing to take that deep self-scrutiny and hard look at ourselves. And it's interesting that the love that is imagined by Jesus to us is called agape, and it's this agape love that's tough love. In many ways, God is the God of APSCO. God is the God that allows his children to experience the natural consequences of their choices and actions. Not out of punishment, but because of the recognition that that is where life grows. It's only in the School of Hard Knocks, going through it, that you actually learn how to grow in life and become a better person and to grow to the fulfillment of what we're created for. You know, we worship here at Trillium Jesus, who really, he went through the School of Hard Knocks just like the rest of us. He fell flat on his face. I mean, he came preaching perfect love and ultimately got crucified. We're here because a group of disciples fell flat on their face in the midst of Jesus' crucifixion and scattered. And yet it was the companionship of God that brought them back. See, that's the other promise that Jesus gives to us. We experience the tough love of God, but we also have the parakletos, the companionship of God that comes to us. He says, I will go to the Father, and I will ask the Father to send to you another advocate, a friend, a companion. The perfect companionship of God who's there with us, even when we fall. When you fall flat on your face, there's the promise that God is with you in that, and God's going to help get you up again, get you on your feet, moving in a new direction. He did it with Jesus. Jesus fell flat on his face, but there's the companionship of God and Spirit picking Jesus up and dusting him off and setting him off in a new direction. There's the perfect companionship of God and Spirit bringing the disciples back together again. There's the perfect companionship of God and Spirit who's lifting you up and me too and dusting us off. You know, that woman who went to APSCO, I hope that she finds the direction and the coaching that will change the way she sees the world and especially sees her son. She has nothing to be afraid of because even in the midst of going through the School of Hard Knocks, she will experience the perfect companionship of God and Spirit.